Hey guys, this is Ritsu. It's been a while, yeah. I guess that's just how it is these days, just posting very sporadically. I was originally going to edit this video with nothing but music, but then I felt the need to talk about it a little bit, if that makes sense. I don't know why I'm talking with a squeaky voice, this is weird. But yeah, anyway. I kind of started thinking about this piece a while back. I wanted to kind of make a self-portrait, a new self-portrait, something to represent me as an artist. I used to have this little halfling girl as my icon, and I like that, but I feel like at this point it's a little bit outdated. It doesn't really feel like me anymore. It kind of lacks contrast, which is something that I think was a problem of mine a few years back, and I've been kind of, searching for a way to connect with my art more. And yeah, basically I wanted to make a piece that would kind of symbolize both me trying to grow kind of constantly, we never stop growing type of thing. And I wanted it to represent both my growth as a person and as an artist, and at the same time kind of represent represent me as an artist. So yeah, this was where the thought of this kind of started. I had another idea before this one. It was kind of more like a profile thing, because I did kind of want it to be a self-portrait, but I didn't want it to be a very like one-to-one likeness. I kind of wanted it to be a bit more abstract. The first one I started, yeah, was a profile, but I kind of I was messing around with it and I just wasn't feeling it, which was something that has been happening a lot with my art in general. Just not clicking with it. So that's something I've been exploring a lot over the past year and a half, kind of figuring out like what it is that I actually want to do with my art. Because I had this period of time where I really fell into the, genre of, hey, let's draw pretty girls with fantasy, characteristics. That's the thing that's popular on Instagram, right? And the thing is, like, as much as I would like to blame Instagram for it, I don't think I can do that. I think it was more of a, yes, I did try to belong, but the thing is, in that moment, I did enjoy drawing that. It's just that after that, I think I kind of ended up growing as a person, and I kind of, my interest started changing, and I think that's normal. I think when you grow as a person, you also grow as an artist, and I suddenly started feeling connected with my art, which sucked. It wasn't fun, but I think over time, with exploration and stuff, I'm slowly getting there again. To be honest, I don't think I know exactly what I want to be doing with art, even now. I don't think I probably ever will, because I think I will always keep changing, and I think my art will keep changing with me. But what I know now is that I just probably shouldn't be thinking about it as much. I think, the real stuff comes, like, when you're not overthinking things. And I think the real stuff comes when you really start to know yourself. And that doesn't come from, trying to force, hey, let's draw this specific thing because that's what I think I like. That doesn't work either, unfortunately. I tried it. So, yeah, I think, how to kind of, I'm trying to think of a way to really sum it up in a coherent sort of way. And I'm kind of failing because I'm not used to unscripted talking. But yeah, I think basically what I'm trying to say is what I needed to do in order to connect with my art again is to connect with myself first. For the longest time, I didn't feel like I knew who I was outside of being an artist. My main identity was, hey, I'm an artist, right? And it was always the thing that I would fall back on when everything else failed. And, that worked for a while. It was great. But, when you hit a wall in your art career, well, not career per se, but just, in art in general, when you're not happy with your art, that ends up kind of dragging everything else along with it if you, base your entire persona around it. And yeah, basically kind of stumbling into this weird art block slash art existential crisis has made me realize that, I have to realize who I am as a person, like outside of being an artist. And yeah, I started, I've always been a big fan of, fictional things, so I fell back into that. I started like, picking up new little things. I moved to the Netherlands to, as a big thing, as a big try new things thing. I started, collecting succulents. I just kind of, got into home decor a bit more, and just, I think these little things and, forcing yourself to slow down is what in the end really helped me to, feel like a person again. And I think that's when I started to feel like I am able to draw something I like again. Yeah, and I don't think that's a linear journey. I don't think it is. I don't think it can be for anyone. But I do think this is helpful, to just slow down and, not think about it too much. Be satisfied with the little things, not be too harsh on yourself. And then just keep going. I guess I went on a little bit of a tangent here, but yeah. Basically, I wanted to emphasize that, like, there's a reason why it kind of took me this long to really polish up the idea of this piece. Because I think I had to go through all these changes. And I think I am a very different person than I was a year ago. I still think, at the core, I am, I'm still me, but I've learned so many things, and this is where I kind of started thinking, yeah, maybe now, it feels like the right time to draw something that represents that represents me, starting to click with my art again, that represents, change in general, that represents, like, a way to, acknowledge, like, those leaps in, personal improvement. And yeah, this is how this piece came to be. I don't know, like, there's not a lot of symbolism in it, but I like to think there's a little bit of it. I've always been fond of the symbol of Ouroboros. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's basically the snake biting its own tail. I've always been attracted to that idea. I don't know why. I know when I was a teenager and, edgy and, all angsty and stuff. One of the tattoo ideas I had back then was to tattoo an Ouroboros somewhere on my body. It's universally known as a symbol of eternity, kind of like a perpetual happening of just anything, basically. And but I've done some research, and it also kind of symbolizes rebirth as well as multiple cycles of things, so kind of like a repetition, right? Which, can be thought of as eternity, but I think, yeah, for me, those two definitions apply a little bit more. And yeah, when I was thinking of, what I wanted to draw as a piece, I knew I wanted something abstract. I knew I wanted something that, says both, I love fantasy, I love, magical worlds, I love a lot of abstract things. I wanted to show that, not all the things that matter are corporeal. I wanted to show that change is a positive thing, and I wanted to show that change, this is, the very cliche quote called change is the only constant, right? And I guess this is kind of where I'm going with this, is that, yeah, I've changed a lot, and I think I'm in a good place, but not for a second do I think that I'm done changing. It will keep happening. It's going to be an eternal cycle, and it's going to be ups and downs. And I don't think I have everything figured out. Like, I am in a new country. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have so many things to figure out, like, to build a life here. But yeah, I do think that this is a good start. And I guess that's kind of what I wanted to say with this, because that's what I was missing in my old art. It's been a while since I made a piece that I felt like said something about me, or not even necessarily about me. I just wanted it to make, to mean something to me. And yeah, I love saying things, I love introspection, I love talking about it. And yeah, that's why I think I was really happy when I finally, conceptualized this piece. Yeah, so that's basically, the background to this. I've rambled on long enough. I guess I'm just gonna, let the rest of the speed paint, well, not speed paint because I painted this for a really long time, so more like a sped up process of this painting. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it run for, the next few minutes until it's finished. But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you so much for, following my art journey. Thank you for growing with me. Thank you for sticking around. I would not be where I am without anyone that ever has seen my art. So yeah, thank you, and I will see you guys soon.